There was a moment. You opened something you used to love, a song, a place, a conversation with someone who knew you before, and you waited for yourself to arrive, and you didn't. Something had shifted, not loudly, not with any announcement, just a quiet reorganization of how things looked, and the slow realization that the way they looked before was not available anymore. You didn't choose it. You didn't ask for it. It just happened. And then it was done. Nietzsche called it the descent. Zarathustra leaving the mountain, not falling, not being pushed, choosing to go down because something in him could no longer stay up, because you can't unknow what you know, because once you've seen a certain thing clearly, you can't choose to see it less clearly. The clarity doesn't ask whether you're ready. It doesn't check whether this is a convenient time. It simply arrives. And the arriving changes what was available before it. The descent isn't a failure. It's what happens after the moment when something becomes visible that can't be made invisible again. That moment happened to Zarathustra. It happened to you too. You know which one it was. We are not going to tell you what you saw. You already know. What we're going to do is name the specific feeling that came after, not the insight, the aftermath, the part where life continued as scheduled, where you showed up to the same places, had the same conversations, went through the same motions, and something underneath all of it had quietly changed its shape. The part where you went back to the places you used to be and found that something was different now. Not the places, you. The thing you can't unsee. Part 1, the moment. Every descent begins with a moment of clarity. Not happiness, not relief, just clarity. The kind that comes when something you've been half knowing finally becomes fully known. When the thing you've been keeping just out of direct sight, because keeping it out of direct sight was easier, moves into the center of your vision and stays there. You didn't go looking for it. Most people don't. The conditions were just right. A quiet moment, a space in the noise, something someone said that opened a door you hadn't noticed was closed, and it found the moment when you were quiet enough to see it. And now you have. And the world looks exactly the same as before. That's the strange part. Nothing changed, except the thing you're carrying. Here's the thing about clarity. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't check whether you're ready. It doesn't offer you the option of seeing something and then choosing not to have seen it. Once the shape of a thing is visible, it remains visible. You can look away. You can fill your time with things that make it harder to look. You can build entire structures of distraction designed to keep the peripheral from becoming the central. But the thing remains, in the corner of every other thought, in the quiet that comes when the distraction stops, waiting, not patiently, just waiting, because it has nowhere else to go. It lives in you now. You can't unsee it. You already know you can't. The place is still there. Part 2, the coat. You went back. Of course you went back. That's what people do after a moment like that. They go back to the familiar things, the places that knew them before. You open something you used to love, a piece of music, a conversation with someone you've known for years, a place you've returned to 100 times, and you waited for the feeling, the specific feeling those things used to produce, the warmth, the recognition, the sense of being exactly where you belonged. You waited, and something was different. Not wrong exactly. The thing was still there. The music still played. The person still said the things they always said, But the part of you that used to be met by those things, that used to be completed by them, was somewhere else now, or had grown past the place where those things could reach it. The strange thing wasn't that the room changed. The room was exactly the same. The music was exactly the same. The conversation landed in exactly the same places. The street looked the same. The coffee tasted the same. Everything was exactly the same. And something was gone. Not from the room, from you. The part of you that used to receive those things, that used to be fed by them, completed by them, returned to itself by them, that part had moved somewhere else, or grown into something that those things no longer fit. The room didn't know what to do with you, because the version of you the room was built for was no longer the version standing in the doorway. This is the specific grief of the descent, not the loss of something outside you, the loss of a version of yourself that could still be returned to. You can go back to the place. The place will be there. The music will play. The people will say the same things in the same way. You can walk through all of it. You can do it exactly right. And you will feel underneath all of it the low hum of a distance that wasn't there before. Not sadness exactly, not nostalgia exactly. The specific feeling of wearing a coat that used to fit and noticing for the first time that it doesn't anymore, and understanding that the coat didn't change. You stood there for a moment with the coat in your hands, trying to remember what it felt like to be the person it was made for. And the memory was there, but you weren't inside it anymore. You were standing next to it, looking at it, the way you look at something that used to be yours. Not the end, the next place. Part 3, the valley. Zarathustra went down, not because the mountain failed him, not because something went wrong, because the kind of thing he had become required a different place. The descent wasn't a punishment, it wasn't a crisis, it was the next thing. The valley isn't better than the mountain. It's not warmer, it's not easier. It doesn't offer what the mountain offered. It offers something else, something you couldn't have seen without coming down. Not a reward for the descent, not a consolation, just the view from here, which is different from the view from there, because you are standing somewhere different now. The descent is not reversible. This is not a tragedy. It's a description. The person you were before the moment of clarity had access to things the current version doesn't. Certain comforts, certain silences, certain ways of being in a room that are no longer available. The current version sees things the previous one never had to see. Not better, not worse, just visible now. And visibility, once it arrives, doesn't offer to leave. You can look away from what you see, but the seeing has already happened. It lives in the space between your attention and the thing you're attending to. The question is not how to get back to the previous one. The question is what to do with the sight you have now. The valley is not the destination. Nothing is the destination. That's what the descent teaches if you let it. That the movement is the point, not the arriving, not the returning. The willingness to keep going through the place that doesn't feel like home yet, because yet is the operative word. Not because it will become home, because the person you're becoming might be someone who doesn't need it to. Someone who has learned to move through unfamiliar terrain without waiting for it to feel familiar first. That's not comfort, but it's something. It's the specific capacity of a person who came down from the mountain and kept walking. You didn't ask for the moment, nobody does, but you had it. And the having of it changed what was available to you. Not the world, you. The places are still there. The people are still there. The music is still there. and you are still there too. Just not in the same way, not smaller, not larger, different. The specific difference of someone who has seen something that reorganized the interior without asking permission. The old arrangement never returned. It's the shape you have now, not a wound, not a gift. A shape, the one you carry into every room from here. The descent doesn't end at the bottom. It ends when you stop looking for the way back up to where you were. Not because the mountain is gone, because the person who needed to be there isn't who you are now. And the person you are now is still in the middle of something, still in the valley, still in the unfamiliar. That is not a problem to be solved. It is a position to be inhabited, not here, not in a video. In the next moment, you reach for the old thing and feel the distance. Stay in it. There isn't a way back anyway. You can't go back. The place is still there. The version of you isn't.